Most days, I really enjoy taking my time with my eyeshadow looks, using 3, 4, sometimes 5 different shadows to create a look that has lots of dimension and color and sometimes different textures. But every once in a while, I'm kind of in a hurry, or I just don't want to think about all the different color combinations I want to put together for that particular day. That thought kind of inspired me to take a look at my eyeshadow collection and look at the individual shades and figure out which ones would make really great one shadow looks. My hope for this video today is to encourage you, instead of going out and buying single shadows, to take a look at the eyeshadow palettes that you already own and do the same thing. Figure out which shades make really great looks all on their own, and you can jazz them up with different eyeliners. If you like other makeup and beauty content, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you want to try to save some money by using what you have. So over the past week, I have made a total of 6 eyeshadow looks, including the one that I'm wearing today, using one shadow and just spicing it up a little bit with some different liner. I have pictures and videos of most of them, so I'm going to be sharing that with you today. And if you are not following me over on Instagram at Amy Pans, I would love for you to go follow me over there, because I've been chronicling my journey over there, so you would get to kind of see things a little beforehand. So let's talk about the shadow that I used today. I take a look at my Persona Identity palette, which is such a great multi-dimensional palette all on its own. The shimmers are very metallic, very opaque, and they really pack a punch, and as do the mattes. And I've always kind of wondered, what would this shadow look like all by itself? What would this shadow look like all by itself? So today, with knowing that I kind of wanted to go with a little bit of a bold lip, I decided to take Gold Digger right here, which is just slightly gold, and I just put that all over my lid and blended it up with an eyeshadow brush. And in doing that, I was able to create a really simple look that did a little bit of something for my eyes and didn't compete with the blush and the lipstick that I knew I wanted to wear. And for this look, I decided to pair it with a plum eyeliner, just because the plum really does look kind of brown. And I knew that it would be okay. It's not super purpley all on its own, and I thought that that would go really well. One thing that this challenge from this past week has taught me and kind of helped me with is to get more practice using my eyeliners. I'm not very good at eyeliner. It's not something that I do naturally, and winged liner also, I'm trying to learn how to do that too. So this week's been really good for me in that way. The 2 shadows that I used from my ABH Norvina palette, which is my modified Pan That palette for the year 2024, I was able to finally hit pan on Summer by using that as a one shadow look, in addition to several other times that I had used it. But in doing so, earlier this week, I hit pan on that shade. That was a really easy look. Again, just patting that shimmer all over my lid and then taking a blending brush and just kind of blending it up. And I also did, yesterday, I did Dazzling, which is almost like a rose gold, although there is a rose gold. I'll show you those two together, where this one is a little more bronzy than this one, which is rose gold, but then Summer is really kind of a bronzy color, more bronzy and yellow in its tone. So these 3 all on their own would be really great one shadow looks. I probably will do eventually a one shadow look with rose gold, but I used Summer and then I used Dazzling this week as one shadow looks, and they all turned out really nicely. They blend really well up into the crease. And something to keep in mind, like I'm about to show you on one of these looks, is that even if the shadow has some shimmer in it, there's a base pigment to that, and you'll be able to blend away a lot of the glitter particles so that you are left with the actual pigment, like in the one that I used from Naughty Nude. This has unbelievable shadows, but for this look that I did for this week, single shadow, I did Please Me right here, which is very similar to one of the shimmers from that one. But I really think that Irresistible would also, this pinky one, oh no, I think I did use Irresistible. I think I used Irresistible and blended it really high up into my crease, like above my crease, but top like the brow bone area. And this does have some like glitter particles in it, but as I blended it away with the brush, then can you see that? So then I was able to kind of just have a little bit of that pink color left, which, you know, worked really nicely. And I didn't mind having a little bit of glitter up top as well. But like I said, I do believe that Please Me would be a really great one shadow look. Also in here, this shade right here, which is Tantric, I think that that would be really great one shadow look too. The mattes and shimmers and hudas are probably my favorites. Love those palettes so much. So I decided to pull out my Rose Quartz palette. And with this one, I was really wanting to, instead of leaning into like the purpley colors, there's the color in here that I find is so underrated. And I really want to do a video about that, because like this shade right here, I would normally look past, but it's actually one of my favorites in this palette, and it is Abundance. So if you look at that, you think, oh, it's kind of like a gray taupey color, and you know, I don't know if I want to have that dark color all over my lid. At least I do, because I generally go light on my lid. But I'm telling you, when you use this, it's not gray at all. It's actually a purpley gray color. And then when you start to blend that out, it's so metallic and so shimmery, and it does wonderful things for my green eyes. I love that color so much. And while I can proudly say that I'm normally a warmed tone girl, this palette really helps me to lean into cool tones that are complementary to my eye color. I have green eyes. So that one is really, really good all over the lid as a one shadow look. And I also feel like Quartz would be a really great one shadow look as well, because this one is sort of a satin color. It's not matte and it's not shimmer. It's just kind of a satiny texture, and I think that that one would be really good over the lid. And so I think I'm going to try to do that again sometime soon. Now for me, with the more colorful ones, I would probably be a little bit leery about putting that all over my lid, because that just wouldn't be very comfortable for me. While I love to have little splashes of those on my lid, I probably wouldn't do them all over. But I think that if you were somebody that did love color and was brave, not like me and being a little weenie, I think that that would offer a lot of different options for you. And then the last one that I did, which was actually the first look that I did, was from Too Faced Sweet Peach. And I know if you follow Jessica Braun, she has talked about how Luscious, this one right here, is a great one shadow look, and I do agree with her on that. So I feel like that would be another option to do sometime soon. But my favorite one is actually right underneath of it. It's Georgia. Georgia is just a really great easy neutral kind of brown color, and just satiny enough to where you get a little bit of glow on your lid, but really blends out nicely in such a matte way when you do it up into your crease. So actually Georgia is my favorite one shadow look from this palette. I would be curious to try Bless Your Heart and Puree. Puree being the purpley one. I think that that might be a little similar to Abundance in the purple factor. I think you might be able to get a really nice, light, easy look with that one. But Bless Your Heart, the green one, I think that would be really fun too. to do. So I think during the summertime, or spring and summertime, I'm really going to get a lot of use out of this, and I'm going to explore more of these in a one shadow look type of situation. So those are the ones that I actually completed looks with, and a few others within those palettes. There's 2 more palettes that I have that I know there is some really amazing one shadow looks potential. And of course, my favorite ABH Cosmos. I could use this every day of my life and I'd be perfectly content. But this shade Sun, I think, would be a really great one shadow look. It's got a lot of depth and dimension, gold, pink, orange, kind of all in one. And actually also several of these, I feel like the mattes, I would really enjoy the mattes as a one shadow look. These 2 right here, I think would be really pretty. This is Space Dust, which is the brown, and then Comet, which is slightly pink, slightly terracotta color. I think that both of those would be actually really great matte one shadow looks as well. And the last palette that I have that I know that I want to dig into as far as thinking about one shadow looks is my NARS Summer Unrated palette, which is the one I'm working on for the project Level Up. I haven't been using it all that much, so I don't have much to report. I have hit pan in that shade. I'm working on that one right there. But I feel like a lot of these mattes would be really great, easy, basic one shadow looks. And for the shimmers, I feel like this one, which the names on these are, I never really understood. And then this one right here, I think those would be both really easy to blend out shades that would add some depth and dimension to your crease while also offering some shimmer, like a little bit of sparkle, something extra within your lid space. And again, with all of that, because I'm so used to having more than one color all over my lid, it really allowed me some time and some purpose to be able to play with some of my eyeliners and to get more practice doing that, which I need. And so I do definitely want to continue this one shadow look thought throughout the rest of the year. One, just to kind of explore that option to see what I have in my makeup collection without having to go or feeling the need to go buy a single shadow, which I know I will find boring. I don't want to have one single shadow. I know that will be boring. But if I have a lot of options within stuff like this, that will be much better. But also then, in addition to that, it will also allow me to get the practice that I need in getting better at eyeliner, and 2, getting use of the eyeliner that I have. So I really hope that this video was very inspiring for you, and I would love for you to tell me what your favorite single shadows within your palettes are. And again, I challenge you to go through your eyeshadow palettes before you're tempted to go buy one shadow, because I bet you have something very similar to that one shadow you want to go buy somewhere within your palettes. I'm going to go ahead and leave some extra videos here for you that YouTube thinks that you might like, and so that you can continue to watch and hopefully get inspired with more makeup and beauty content. I'll see you in another video. Bye!